When I first started studying Russian, the thought of learning a new alphabet was pretty intimidating. I mean, the letters just look so strange. But by applying a new scientific principle called contextual learning, our groundbreaking course, the Russian Destroyer Method, lets you master Russian without even trying. Watch how fast this works. See if you can read these sentences even though they have a Russian letter in them. Hit pause if you need to. So this one says, my favorite sport is baseball. And here we have, do you want butter or margarine? So obviously this is the letter B in Russian. The thing about some Russian letters is that they almost look like their English counterpart. They just have an extra line. So if we could just get rid of this thing, then we would see that, yeah, that does look like an English B. Like that. So I'll show you another letter that does that in a second as well. But you can see, taking away one line turned it into an English B. From a Russian B to an English B. This is the Russian alphabet. The letters in this row are pronounced just the way they are in English. So this is, for example, how the Russians spell the words coma or atom. So just by learning to read that one new Russian letter, the B, we can read real Russian signs. This says, for example, tabak, which is tobacco. Here's the last Russian letter I want to talk about today. This is not an H, so let's look at it in context and figure out how it's pronounced. Hit pause if you need to figure these out. This says, Santa lives in the North Pole, and my favorite holiday is New Year's. So although it looks like an H in English, in Russian, this letter is an N. This is another one of those Russian letters that almost looks like its English counterpart, but it just has too many lines. So if we could erase them, then it would look like the lowercase n of North Pole. About 2 minutes ago, I showed you these signs. Can you read them now? Remember to erase those extra lines to get your B and your N, and you're left with bank. The genius of the Russian Destroyer Method is its organization. Each time you learn a new Russian letter, you are shown a real Russian sign that you can read. You'll learn without even trying. If you thought that was helpful, check out my free video that will have you reading some Russian signs in 2 minutes.